have received data from a coffee shop and they have provided their sales data. And what they have done is they have done in pivot format, and which is generally months would be in the columnar and the product category is in the rows, right? So they are rows headers, and that's not a difficult thing, and that's normally all financial professionals see in their day-to-day life. And for a quick review, we always we want to see what is the minimum, maximum, average, and total values, right? So Power Query allows that. For a quick summary, what we can do here, we can come on the view tab and see the column profile, right? And the moment I go on Gen column, you can see we have got counts, minimum, maximum, and average, right? But we are not properly seeing the data because it is not properly giving us the wall picture. So how can we do that? So what we can do here, we can come here, and Power Query allows us a function which is table.profile. What it does is it gives us a quick preview, you can say, of quick summary. So if you see here table.profile, and the moment I go and press enter, you will see I have got a quick summary here, and there are lots of aggregation. But as a financial professional, we always see कि we have got one limitation here. The thing is, you can see average, minimum, maximum, but the basic need of a finance person is total, and that's it. Power Query doesn't allow that, right? This function doesn't allow that. So how can we get that? So there are two ways we can do that. So if you know mathematics, average into count is always equals to sum, right? So what we can do here, we can come here and do the multiplication. The moment we do that multiplication, let me write it here, sum, and you will see we have got sum, right? And let's verify the results. So let me go here, come to the April, transform, statistics, and sum. So let me change it here as well and just do the source step. Yeah. So if you see here, we can see this is the result of April total. Got it? So double 150 104. And the moment we come here, and this is the April column, and we see here we have got the same result, double 150 104, right? But the thing is, if it was so simple, and if everyone was using that, I wouldn't be making this video, right? So how can we do it in one step? Instead of simply nesting, I will show you more of the power of optional parameters in Power Query. So how can we do that? So let's see. When I press here directly list.profile, not list.profile, table.profile. So if I go here, you can see Power Query by default gives us these many values, right? And there is one hidden twist. Power Query allows additional aggregations as well, but this is optional, right? So that's what we are going to use today. So if you see here, I am going to type source. By default, it is giving these many aggregations. And now what we can do here, we can use the optional. But the thing is, this is a bit rule of thumb stuff, because Power Query just says ki I want the data in this I don't I want the parameters in this way, otherwise I won't work, right? So let me do that. So how can we do that? First of all, we need to provide the parameters in a nested list, not a simple list, but in a nested list, right? So for curly brackets here. Now how can we do that? Ki I am writing here the column name, what I want. That is the sum, right? And for now, just ignore this step. Simply we are saying key is true, right? And then simply the function which we need, that is list sum, right? And let me delete this much portion. The moment you see that, you can see we have got one more column, and that is the sales. And if you remember the numbers, you can see double 150 104. That is the total column, right? But the thing is, you can see we have got an error. The reason behind the error is because the product category is a text format. So how can we use that? So there is one function which we are going to use, that is type is. This is the function which we are going to use. and this is the standard format how we are going to write it. So I am writing here type nullable number. So you can see here we have got the sum column and everything what we have desired. So this is one way you can use the table.profile function, and if you want we can similarly go for median values and other stuffs, right? But I am again saying you what did I use here? We will cover in the next video. Got it? Because it will be too complicated to explain why this is type, why this is nullable number. Because if you see here, the headers are saying we have the currency format, but we are using type nullable number. For now, let's ignore this. I will make a more brief video about that, ki why this is acting like that. So yeah, thank you everyone.